another day in Los Angeles, California, which I never left. I never left California. I just uploaded the video of my last day in San Francisco. I tried to relay as much as information as possible about how the last night I was there, I had luggage, as people do. So I go down to the lobby and I speak to the manager. I say to the manager, I need a luggage cart. They tell me, oh, well, someone took the luggage cart and they have it in their room and there's only one and we don't ask for ID. So that's all inferred. It was just a flat no. So I go to my room and I've got luggage and it's going to take me a while to get to the lift. And these people took advantage of me. They took advantage of me and they put some woman in the hallway to harass me. Now, the timing of it is bizarre, but if you look at the way that she's behaving, the fact that she's elevating her voice, and just being belligerent, but also a combination of really nurturing, and I don't understand what that is because quite frankly, I don't want any part of it, okay? Try that shit on someone who didn't grow up in New York. I clearly did because I'm immune to that kind of bullshit. Because she's yelling at me for having luggage that would take longer for her to reach her room, while at the same exact time saying, can I help you with your bags? And then on the way here, I had a travel attendant who was also female, who had to help me with my bags, who had to bring me my meals and everything because I'm disabled. I can't do a lot of things that I normally would be able to do. And that was just more nerve-wracking than it had to be. It was more nerve-wracking than it had to be. I don't understand this. California, can you just stop bothering me? Like, this is what Chris Hemsworth is doing a Super Bowl ad for. This same idea of just telling people no and people not listening. And by the way, hello there to EGMCC 2026. Way to be timely. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. It's raining here in Portland, so I thought that I would upload it because these people don't get the ability to be anonymous. These are the kind of people who bump into you on the street so that they could stick a logo in your face or, just a destination. I get it. I get it. On some level, it's like we are parallel. LA bullshit and myself, we're parallel. They have this thing on the West Coast of if you're intelligent or you're beautiful, they try very, very hard to recruit you to come to the West Coast. Because if you stay on the East Coast, the whole thing is, well, you'll be a victim of gang violence or someone's hopped up on meth and they'll come after you. So it's like we'll protect you. We'll protect you. Aren't you the same people who committed two hate crimes against me? Aren't you the same people who, while I'm exiting a hotel, sent this woman to abuse me further? Aren't you those people? Okay. Well, if you're those people, I don't think we're friends. I don't. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm already on edge. I'm already upset. Why do I have to be upset on a long, long ride all the way out here? These are things I don't understand. I get it. I 100% get it that I live a life of luxury that a lot of people are either envious of or they're just angry at. I'm going to make some changes over the next 2 to 3 days out of what I can only consider lumberjack chic to Nord because I got on X and I started talking about The Elder Scrolls being a television show. And the people at Bethesda said, nah, we have Fallout. It wouldn't translate well. People don't like magic. People don't like dragons. That's what they're inferring. Wheel of Time is doing well. They have magic shows. They have sci-fi. I mean, you double down every time you do Stargate. So every time the contract comes up, they renew it. So you're a sci-fi channel, whether you want to say so or not. So I mean, I'm not in the television thing, but I'm a writer. So I guess since I got nothing else to do, why not just write a script for like 2 to 3 episodes and see if that can be pitched? I don't know. I almost feel like it's necessary. It's necessary because people look at Fallout and say, oh yeah, that's what's going on today." They don't look at Skyrim or Morrowind or any of the Elder Scrolls and say, "Yeah, but there was some truth to that. There's some truth in learning alchemy. There's some truth in learning blacksmithing. There's some truth in learning how to just enchant." People don't understand that, a certain level of faith, perhaps, can translate to real changes in your life. Tom, Tom, the baker's son. What are you doing? What are you doing right now? I'm just really upset. I watched some of the video from my last night in San Francisco, and I know every day I was fucking trashing the fucking place, but I mean, can you blame me? I mean, I am a disabled American veteran, and if they're not sending women to be blocking me or in front of me in a way that is menacing, they send children to do that. They send children to intimidate me. That I had to call the police. I still cannot get over the fact that I had to call the police over a 3-year-old. But I mean, what can I say? Safety first, right? That's what I wanted to do on this podcast was to tell people that things are changing and you just have to go with it. So I made some decisions, some fashion decisions, and yeah, I'm losing the whole labels thing. I don't really wear labels. I mean, I wear my Marvel fucking fandom, but other than that, unless it's readily visible, you don't see it. Because I'm not about doing advertising space for things that it's neither here nor there. So yeah, things are changing. I mean, you want to believe that you can go on in the same exact way, and it doesn't matter. but it does. It does matter what you put on your body and how you present yourself. And I had to do some soul searching, and I just said, you know what would probably make me happy is wearing more traditional garb. I live a third century. I cannot speak English. I cannot do that fucking language. It's just so fucking terrible. I do a bit of third century peasantry. It's the funny way to say that. I am not good with words. Ah, but yeah, I eat traditional meals. I might as well wear traditional clothing. Number one is just it's more free, it's easy. People in during that time period, if you were poor, you didn't exactly have your own tailor. But when you did have a tailor, that stuff was made custom for you, as in one of a kind, could not be reproduced to save your life because it's just too expensive. It takes too much time. It would take months to a year for one garment, but that garment is so beautiful. It stands the test of time. All the garments that are still around from that time period are gorgeous beyond belief. The needlework alone is just it's something that goes beyond what you would normally see when things are mass produced. Not to say that I made this outfit by hand. I didn't. I didn't. But I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn because I see things going in one direction. Simplify and be that person who is against how America is treating you, treating me, treating all of us. But live here because land is land and people are people. I may not agree with these California thugs who do that, but you have to admit they are hurting smart and beautiful people, herding them to the West Coast because the East Coast is too dangerous. And when you have as many members of whatever this is, you can see through walls, you can see through bank records, you could see everything and do everything. These people on the West Coast have a lot of power and a lot of hands in private areas, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's good if the West Coast is relatively quiet and safe, but it's bad when you can say you're spying on everyone, but you still let bad shit happen. Why is that? It's like you know more than the NSA, the CIA, and Homeland with your spying West Coast. Why do you still have school shootings? Why do you still have anything that's been going on? It baffles me the way that they use that. Coordinating trucks so you see logos as you're exiting. Like I said, for most people, they're just like a truck went by. I said, no, that was an ad. And they just don't let you have your own eyeballs. Your eyeballs are nothing more than computer screens for them to just jack into. They're not yours. You don't own your eyeballs. Not on the West Coast. On the East Coast, yeah, you got billboards and things like that, but they don't seem to like go out of their way to do that. Me, I like a drink of water. I do. So those soft drinks, they're not gonna be the ones for me. But either way, that's what I'm dealing with. So I don't know. I'm gonna collect all my garments and then dress me up in my love. I'm gonna try my best to look somewhat presentable as I move into this new era of embracing medieval times, because this modern thing that I've been doing, it puts way too many people on top of me in my space, trying to talk to me all the time, and I'm not into that. I have people bothering me about my breed of my dogs. Like that's gonna have a conversation, and then I just had something delivered, and the kid is wearing a fucking hoodie, and he comes around the bend. He comes around the bend, and it's supposed to be. Did I scare you? Did I scare you? It's just like, no, no, you didn't. I mean, you're literally wearing an Amazon vest. People could steal those. People could borrow those. I really doubt. I really doubt they're really gonna, just have that many people who steal stuff like that. So, as I said, West Coast. I know you say in your heart of hearts, we're doing this to protect you. We're doing this for you because look, you legally can't let people touch your luggage, especially when you're traveling. Who knows what could happen? Because you have to ask in most places. Did you pack your stuff, and did you handle it the entire way for the most part? Like, yeah, I did. The only people who handled it are myself and I guess the attendance of my travel. Other than that, that's it. And even then, you still have to be mindful and mindful and mindful, because people don't want to see decent people succeed. They'll do anything to stop, people from thinking for themselves and waking up to the realization that maybe the things that they want out of life are simple and attainable. I watched a lovely porno. There's no other way to describe it. It was a fucking porno. Um, it wasn't exactly the Quest for Fire, but it was a gay porn film, and it's all about the Paleolithic era, and a bunch of cavemen, and you got the alpha, and the alpha is bullying the twink, and but then they cut to this scene where two guys are just humping away in a cavern, and I said to myself, that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. This is what Game of Thrones was talking about when Kit Harrington's wife to be and he were humping in that cavern, and the friction of that and everything. That was hot. That was hot. That's what it's supposed to be. That is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be passion and nature. Passion in nature, not can I schedule a time to meet you, and we can talk over brown liquid, overpriced brown liquid? Can we do that? It's like, no, no. It's let's explore a cavern and fuck. That I don't know why. It grabbed my attention, because I said, that's the kind of love that I want. That's the kind of romance that I want. Now, of course, being me, I would say, well, there's some spiders in that cave, or the bears in that cave. It's like, I don't think you really checked the cave before you just started pulling your pants down. But actually, they didn't have pants. That was another thing that I'm trying to get myself out of, because I don't feel that way. I mean, maybe it is the non-binary side of me, but I think it's just common sense. We come from a group of people who used to wear tunics and grass skirts, or people who just walked around naked. Why? Because nudity is nothing to be ashamed of. You know what a titty is? A titty is what you feed a baby with. It's hot, it's erogenous, but it's just something you feed a baby with. I mean, I could feed a twink with this. I mean, look at my large nipple. I mean, it's I could feed at least two twinks, because I got two of them. So there's that. Hmm. I want that kind of love. I look at some of the more bohemian guys, and I just say, well, that's just not anywhere around here. I'd have better luck finding that in the south or something like that. Because in the northwest, everyone is just bearded. There are no hippies. There are no hippies. It's on the west coast in the north. I don't know. It's just weird that way. Not that I'm much of a hippie. I'm Sasquatch with this beard. I am Sasquatch. But I like it. I like wearing the beard. I mean, it doesn't come off. I think it's attached to me. I like having my hair a bit wild. I do like a bit of flannel, but you know what? It's just too busy for me. I just want an easy garment that you could say, well, I mean, I can't tell whether or not you have a foreskin, but you're certainly in the breeze. Because I want ventilation. It's like, damn, my balls are sweaty, and I wear pants, and just the funk that comes out of that. Because I don't wash my pants that often, because I kind of like the smell, and I think the smell is delicious, and most men agree. So, but I just don't like the idea that someone made someone ashamed of being naked, so they made pants a standard, instead of, well, I guess that's a fashion statement, or maybe it is cold, or maybe you have to go through brush areas or things like that, and you want to make sure you're not having ticks bite you, because you do live in the forest. I'm not saying they don't have a place in society. I disagree with the ethos of it. The wear pants because you're male, or wear pants because we're afraid of nakedness. It's like you're naked underneath it. you, it's just how that works. It's like you put clothes on, but underneath the clothes, you're just naked. So, it's not going to be anything super, super fucking fancy. But I'm just trying to pull myself away from this idea that I have to dress more modern to appease other people. It's no, I don't need abs to appease people. I don't need modern clothes to appease people. I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. So I guess if that's a little bit more like a nod, then I guess that's it. I'm more exhausted every fucking day. Every fucking day, I'm more and more exhausted. Like every day, it's just draining and draining and draining because I don't understand why Americans want to talk to me. I don't understand why. Don't they teach don't talk to strangers here? Don't they? I mean, I've lived here, so I mean, I was taught that for the most part. I mean, unless trying to suck some strange dick, then clearly you have made your choice of danger. But just random people trying to talk to me, it's just it's not Westminster. I'm not going to get a prize at the end of it. I'm just going to be left with I wasted 5 minutes of my life. Like the manager of the place that I'm in right now, you know, this West Coast thing, these people are fucked up. Okay, so I have two men just come into my room. I mean, true, the entire hallway was flooded, so they had reason. But then again, it's another one of those you had reason, or did you invent a reason and then monopolize on that opportunity? Oh, sorry, capitalize on that opportunity. I'm not really good with English. You'll have to excuse me. I'm horrible with words, but I still talk. But as he's coming in, he's like, "Oh, how old are your dogs?" I'm like, I respond, but in my head, I'm also saying, "Why is he using this time to try and get to know me?" It's do your job and get the fuck out. There's a certain level of barrier between yourself and people you do business with. If you do business with you, it's not chit chat, which is why that San Francisco Asian women, I say women, it was one night manager who was female, who was Asian, but she had two faces. She had the face of I am cordial and I will do my job to the best of my ability, and then she had the face of but I will be as sassy and as spiteful as possible. She would try to say to me, "Good morning," like I'm supposed to respond to that. Like I'm trained like a dog. Good morning means good morning. You know what good morning means? Good morning means you live in a village with a bunch of people that you say, you know what, good morning. You know what good morning means? You live in a village that has no crime. You live in a village where the neighbors don't fight. You live in a village where you have your place and they have their place. And yeah, you might talk on occasion, but everyone minds their own fucking business. That's a good morning. Not good morning and then like people all up in your face. And I guess, yeah, I wasn't exactly in the proper spot. And yeah, in the video, the woman is saying, "Oh, it's a hotel. It's a hotel." Is it's like, yeah, it is a hotel, but you can see I'm disabled, and yet still you're coming to harass me, yelling at me. I don't know. West Coast is just messed up. I'm gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna wear weird outfits as I go through these weird phase, but it's just what needs to happen. It needs to happen because I need to start simplifying my life, start shrinking down and shrinking away from, I guess, the last pitfall I have to overcome. And that is technology for technology instead of technology for advancement. People are talking about how Nvidia is raising the price of graphics cards. I don't even know how to say it anymore. But anyway, they're raising the price of this tech. And a lot of people are upset about it because that's a badge of pride when you have the latest and the greatest, the most expensive graphics card, because it means that you made it. It means that you're better than all the rest of them. Or maybe it just means that you're stupid because they're beginning to tell you hive mind socialism. My channel is all about socialism, and these Asian people are trying to say, look at our culture. We're not perfect, but it's just it feels better. It feels better. Oh, you're right. Oh, he shocked me there. He just wanted to sit down on my foot, and I got scared. Oh, okay. What I was trying to say is everybody wants that graphics card. But you know what the upgrade really is? The upgrade is any device that you have, any device, you turn it on and you get the same or better quality. True, on your main PC with the best screen, you have the best quality. What about the other ones? The best screen, high bit rate, and you don't need a graphics card. You don't need an external graphics card. The graphics card that you have is good enough. And maybe there's a deeper lesson there. Maybe there is something to be said. We keep using these screens, and these screens just distort our sense of beauty when really we just want to be loved. We want to be loved as we are. Maybe push towards something better, but we want to be loved for who we are. If you're a fat mess, and I certainly am, I mean, just a huge fat mess, giant man suckable titties, and I don't know. I am looking for an Avil. I am looking for a Norse warrior to bring to that cabin and get to fucking. So I am going to try and try and try and just put some feelers out there. If you are interested in being my Viking, you let me know. You let me know because I am looking to expand. I am looking to open my heart and save some moolah, because I spend a lot of moolah to live by myself and push people out when I could at least say, yeah, but I mean, what if, what if I just had some people around some of the time, but they weren't in my direct space, and the cost went down. I mean, I meander around a lot of things, but the idea of collectivism is not a bad business practice. It actually saves you a lot of money. It sometimes reduces the quality of some things, but that depends upon how you are qualifying Who was in your life? Choose better people, and I don't know. It might actually be more fun to have around a couple people. Otherwise, it's yeah, just enjoy some alone time. I'm enjoying just the pure decadence of home cooked meals. Before my mother passed, I had someone who just enjoyed living for the family, enjoyed cooking for the family, providing for the family. And naturally, I'm supposed to find a wife or husband. And I didn't because I have PTSD. So forever alone is how that goes. But it doesn't mean I have to be upset all the time. I mean, I have my PTSD, so I am upset all the time. But I do have those rare moments, and I like cooking. So it's been nice these past couple of days where I just I cooked a good meal and just I try and read while eating. I try, but sometimes I just enjoy the simple pleasure of knowing I have a nutritious meal in front of me, and it feels good. It feels good to know that I accomplished that. I'm sure there is more that I wanted to talk about, but I will just have to see to it another time. My name is Ian Leona. I am a mutant. I'm a werewolf. I'm a hero. I'm a veteran with PTSD. I have one very, 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 very lovely Echo, who is very, 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 very lovely. And I hope to see you on the next podcast.